Let me tell you one thing. I don't need to get ready because I almost ready. Motherfucker.
Why they don't make Canelo fight Undisputed? Tag Eddie Hearn. Undisputed versus Undisputed. I'm 150. I gained a little weight. Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo.
Not Eli and Kobe. Canelo.
Canelo.
Like, for real, let me show y'all what it is. Why y'all don't make Canelo versus Charlo? What y'all talking about? Somebody put that together. Little Charlo will fight anybody. I ain't never done no smoke. Undisputed versus Undisputed. That could be a big thing in boxing. That bitch can't beat me with that lab performance. That bitch can't beat me. Motherfucker. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Eddie Hearn, go put that Charlo.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Jermell Charlo is hyped up about this fight against Canelo, and Canelo is probably more hyped up about this fight than any other fight in his career. And it has a lot to do with the fact that Jermell Charlo has to move up 2 weight classes. He will be at his biggest disadvantage in this fight. Jermell has never even fought at 160, and he's going to end up fighting against Canelo Alvarez at 168 with no catch weight. These are Canelo Alvarez's favorite type of fights. Canelo Alvarez versus Amir Khan, Canelo Alvarez versus Josito Lopez, Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather, and Canelo Alvarez versus Miguel Cotto. Even though they were fighting at the same weight class, Canelo was 30 pounds bigger than Cotto the night of the fight. And yet, when Devin Haney was fighting against Lomachenko, you had 2 fighters that were fighting at the same weight class and had both been fighting at the same weight class for years. All you heard was old media and race fans make excuses for Lomachenko, saying that he would be at a size disadvantage. They said the same thing about Shakur Stevenson, or they said the same thing about Oscar Valdez when he fought Shakur Stevenson, even though it was Shakur Stevenson that had just moved up in weight to fight Oscar Valdez, who had already moved up in weight a year before him. But now when it comes to Jermell Charlo moving up 2 weight classes with no catch weight, old media and the rest of the race fans are now saying that Jermell is the one with the advantage because he has the height and the reach. Talk about moving the goalposts. To all you race fans, let's make it very clear. There's a reason why they call them weight classes. They don't call them height classes. They don't call them reach classes. They are called weight classes for a reason. Because if it was height classes instead of weight classes, then that means a lot of light heavyweights and a lot of cruiserweights, they would have been moving up to heavyweight to beat Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson was only 5'10", 5'11", you had a lot of light heavyweights and cruiserweights that were like 6'3", 6'5". In fact, one of the greatest light heavyweight champions of all time, Bob Foster, he moved up to heavyweight to fight against the heavyweight champion of the world, Joe Frazier, who was like 5'10" or 5'11", and Joe Frazier completely annihilated Bob Foster. It wasn't even a contest. So there's no way you could try to change the rules when the smaller fighter is black and the bigger fighter happens to not be black. Now, see, the truth is what you guys are really doing is you're giving black fighters backhand compliments. You guys know how talented, how skilled, how dominant black fighters are. And you feel that even if a black fighter is at a massive disadvantage, but he at least has some type of height or reach, he's still going to be very difficult to beat. And you would be right when you say that. But instead of doing all the lying, why don't you just tell the truth and just say that you believe, regardless, despite the disadvantages that Jermell Charlo has going into this Canelo Alvarez fight, it's still going to be hard for Canelo to win because Jermell Charlo is a better boxer. He's a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez. But the weight will make a difference in this fight. I don't know how much of a difference it will make, but it will definitely make a difference. It won't be the same thing, obviously, as Jermell and Canelo naturally being the same weight, because if they were naturally in the same weight, Charlo would beat Canelo Alvarez easier than he beat Brian Castano. In fact, I believe that Castano is a craftier, a trickier, sneakier fighter than Canelo Alvarez. Because Castano, he has a way of applying a lot of pressure, and a lot of times he's always in a position to where he can hit you and you can't hit him. Kind of like an Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Canelo Alvarez is far more predictable than a Brian Castano, but once again, he has a massive equalizer in this fight against Jermall Charlo, which is his natural size. One more thing, I forgot exactly who said it, but somebody just recently came out and said Jermall Charlo's natural weight is 180 pounds. It doesn't matter what your natural weight is that you walk around at if you've never fought at that weight class. Roberto Duran's natural weight was like 200 pounds, but he fought at 147. Same thing with Ricky Hatton. You would never see Ricky Hatton walking around close to 147 when it came to his natural weight. This is the reason why the average fighter does not even look the same. You almost can't even recognize the average fighter when they're not in a training camp because they walk around at their natural weight. Has nothing to do with how you're going to perform if you're going to move up 2 weight classes or 3 weight classes, because if that is the case, then that means fighters could easily move up 3, 4 weight classes. They could move up to what their natural weight is when they're not training. That makes no logical sense. The late Diego Corrales, he was damn near 6 foot tall. And soon as he moved up to the welterweight class, he got completely annihilated. He couldn't even compete at welterweight. And he used to walk around at like 160, 170. So I just wanted to hammer that point before I end this video. I'm gonna wrap this one up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues. So make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP. And I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention. So I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.